Super Bowl preview. I just saw you put that in our chat there, David. Let's
Yeah.
go, man. Let's go. Let's
I
go.
called it. I called it earlier this year. I told everybody Super Bowl, Minnesota, and Buffalo. Two teams that's never won a Super Bowl before. That's what it's going to be. I
Somebody's always
mean,
got to go.
It's
this
like
is a Super Bowl
it's
preview.
literally like even in this game that the laws of physics were just against both teams winning. Like
Right,
the
Mhm.
catch that wasn't called or that was called a catch that shouldn't have
right.
been called.
Yep.
Then the fumble in the end zone that
Yes.
the Bills were gonna win. Oh wait, oh wait. Uh, oh my gosh, I
But
cannot
to
believe
that,
this game.
I mean, in those situations, that's probably the most frustrating thing if you're a Vikes fan is not putting the nail in the coffin. We're at a goal line stand right there. How do you not get a half yard? I mean, I don't care who
Right.
you're going against. A half yard is nothing. And Kirk's
Yeah,
not able to get in, not blaming him or the line specifically, but as a team, you got to get in. And then in overtime, when you got a first and goal from the 2 or 3, whatever, after that Justin Jefferson catch, you got to get it in. Like, those are things that you look at and you say, this shouldn't have been this heart wrenching of a game. We should have put this away much earlier, which also says something about the team because they got to those points. They could have done it, they just didn't. But how do we get over that hump and just take care of business when you have the opportunity?
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
that's a good question, Bandito. How did we win? I don't know. I really don't know how we won this game, but we did. We
Yeah, you
did.
start thinking about all
Did
the the different
yeah.
chances we had and Buffalo had. It's funny, David, on Twitter. I think I restated the same thing that I said to you. This had to have been 4 or 5 weeks ago when we were talking about. You brought it up. You did call it. You said I think it's going to be Bills Vikings Super Bowl, and at that time I said, that's going to be the one Super Bowl we end in a tie. And I restated that same thing today when we went into overtime. I'm just like, if we end in a tie today, it's just proof that neither the Bills or the Vikings can have anything nice.
No.
But thankfully, we came out
That's
on
right.
top.
Yes,
The
right.
space-time continuum is going to
Hey.
erupt, but
Yeah.
not so fast. Not so fast. But David, were you gonna say something there?
Yeah, I mean, the play calling too, if you want to, call things out, just like Daniel said, like when you were that close, first and goal, bring the fullback in, let the running backs run behind the fullback in this game early. Trying to get too cute with the passing or whatever, especially like that possession after the fumble. That really
Mm.
upset me because the two plays consecutive, the third down and fourth down, they do two passes when they should just ran the ball. It's like some
Yeah.
the play calling
Yep.
should get a little bit better,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like you got to expect that considering Kevin O'Connor is only in his first year. So I can't really fault that too much because that's something that he has to learn. And this is going to be a big game for the whole team to learn from because it's like everything bad that happened and they still won. They still made the right adjustments to still win the game. So they got to look at it this week and say, hey, if we got the game on the line and we can win it, what can we do better to close this game out and not go to overtime?
Yeah, and they
That
got to figure
game
out that
was
getting plays in on time too. The two
Yes.
the
Yeah.
almost delay of games. I mean, the wasting of the timeouts in the
Yes.
first and
two
second half.
timeouts. Yep.
2 times out early. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is correct. But I wanted to mention that point that you made, David. Like that was the same thing they did last week against Washington on fourth and one, and third and one. They had it
Right.
fourth and one, third and one. Decided to pass both times, and they didn't get it. And it seemed like neither one of those plays were like within the first 5 yards. Now I get it. You're trying to maybe confuse the defense. Oh, they aren't. Maybe catch them sleeping or whatever. But come on, you got to run it at least one of those two plays, don't you?
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah. You got to run at least one of those plays, So
Well,
they
especially
got to
with
get better.
the average that Dalvin was running at today. I mean, he was running at over 4 or 5 yards a clip. I mean, I don't know
Yes.
why
Yeah.
they didn't trust it. The only thing about Dalvin Cook when we get into those fourth and short or third and short situations, he does tend to bounce outside, and then we get negative plays. I think
Yeah.
that's where if that's the mind, you gotta coach. That's coaching. You tell him when we're in this short goal situation, you just lower your shoulder and you fall forward. Basically that, or just send in Madison because he's a guy that likes to rough and tumble in there too. So I think there's a coaching moment there too, because maybe O'Connell in his head is saying, if I hand this off to Dalvin, like we saw there in that fourth and goal, or that first and goal situation in overtime, if you hand it off the backfield and he tries to go sideways, you can lose big yards too. But that's a coaching moment when we got to say we should be able to run in this situation. Why are we feeling the need to throw?
Correct. True. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love
Go ahead,
to give
Tony.
credit where credit's due. Look, I did love the CJ Ham play call at the goal line. That was phenomenal.
Nobody saw that
brilliant.
coming.
That was great.
No.
Yeah, but I don't
No,
disagree with
that was
anything any of you said there. But yeah, love the Ham call.